Hey guys, it's Leanne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is just my first impressions and full review on the e.l.f. Mint Milk collection. Now I do only have 3 of the products because that's all I was really interested in, to be honest. So I did pick up the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cool and Face Primer. I also picked up one of the e.l.f. Mint Melt eyeshadow quads, so these are the little bite-sized eyeshadows. My one is Mint 2B, and then lastly I also picked up the e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Plump and Gloss, and this is in the shade Mint Sprinkle. So this is currently what I've got on the lips now. This is obviously what I have on the eyes, and this is what I have on the skin underneath all the other products. So today's video is just a first impression and a review of this collection, which I was so excited to try. It's something quite unique, I feel, in terms of the colour scheme. I think Colourpop does have something similar to this, but I've not actually tried it. But in terms of like the drugstore, the UK drugstore anyway, this is something quite new. As far as I'm aware, there's no other drugstore brands that bring out like coloured collections, like Mint collection or the Pink collection or whatever else. So yeah, I was quite excited to try this. Now, just a little side note for this tutorial, I've actually filmed the whole face, but I've only talked through the Mint Melt collection. So I've done a full face of e.l.f. today, that's what I've got on today, apart from lip liner. That is literally it. Yeah, apart from lip liner, and I did use a, what do you call it? Oh, God. I did use a black eyeliner pencil on the waterline, which was not e.l.f. So that's the only 2 products, lip liner, because e.l.f. I don't believe does lip liners, correct me if I'm wrong, and a black eyeshadow pencil, because again I don't think e.l.f. actually has this in their collection anyway. Full face of e.l.f. and I've left that in, so I've speeded it up, so if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it so you can see what e.l.f. products I've actually used to achieve this look, or if you want to just skip past it, go ahead. But before we jump into this review slash tutorial, I'm just going to remind everyone, as I always do every tutorial, to please like this video if it is something that you like, which I'm assuming it must be because you found yourself on this channel. So yeah, give it a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube. If honest makeup reviews and very informative makeup tutorials are your thing, then definitely don't miss out. Definitely subscribe, and also please turn on that notification bell so you won't miss any of my weekly uploads. And I am trying, one of my goals for 2021 is to try to upload 3 times a week. It's literally tough to think of this many video ideas for 3 videos a week, but if you've got any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Please leave them in the comment section, as I would actually love to hear someone else's ideas because I'm running out of my own. So yeah, hit me up in the comment section, do everything I've just said, and apart from that, enjoy the tutorial. So today guys, as you know, I am going to be reviewing the e.l.f. Mint Melt collection. And from the collection, I've picked up the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer, which I'm so excited to try because I have actually watched reviews on this, and all the reviews have been like quite good. And then I've also picked up the Mint Melt Eyeshadow Quad. This is in the shade Mint to Be. So there's a matte light green, a matte dark green, a shimmer green, and a very shimmery silvery green. And then I've also picked up the e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Plump and Gloss, and I picked up the shade Mint Sprinkle. So as you can see, it's got a hint of mint, and it's literally got like a bit of glitter in. So yeah, I'm going to be trying these 3 products from the Mint Melt collection today. I'm going to be doing the tutorial based on the e.l.f. Mint Melt products, but I'm going to be doing the rest of the makeup on camera, but I'm just going to speed it up. Just skip past that part if you don't want to watch it. But obviously, if you do want to see what products I'm using on the face, then make sure to keep watching that. So I'm going to be starting with brows, and this is going to be speeded up because brows are so not the focus. So to start the look now, using the Mint Milk Collection, I'm going to be going in with the Cooling Face Primer. On the back it just says, need a cooling refresher. This hydrating vanilla mint scented jelly primer is all you need. Its unique jelly texture works like glue to grip makeup to ensure it stays put. Its minty fresh skin loving ingredients will give you a refreshing cooling sensation. Infused with hyaluronic acid and antioxidants, your skin will be looking and feeling its very best. Okay, so that sounds good to me. So, directions: apply evenly to face prior to makeup application. Once applied, wait 30 seconds before applying makeup. Beauty tip: use clean fingers to pat the product into the skin. So I'm going to be doing that now. I've never tried this collection before. As most people know, it is quite a new collection. So yeah, this is a first impression for me. But just on the packaging, it's so smooth. It feels so smooth. And I love that it's got like a little pump. And you get a little lid with it, obviously. But yeah, I feel like this looks a little bit more expensive than it actually is. So this is it. It's quite a clear primer, even though it's got a bit of colour to it. And I can definitely smell more mint than vanilla. So I'm just going to be working that into the skin with clean fingers, as it recommends on the product directions. Okay, straight away it's really tacky. It really does feel quite sticky. I love the fragrance, I love that it smells minty. But I kind of do feel like I'm just literally dragging toothpaste across my face. I'm going to go in with a little bit more just on the forehead. So we shall see if this primer actually does really help to make makeup grip to the skin, but it does feel really tacky. So obviously for anybody who doesn't really like a mint smell, then you might not really enjoy this product as much, but for me it does smell minty. And when it goes on, initially it does feel very cooling, but then obviously now that the face is kind of dried down, that feeling's gone now. But at first, yeah, it does feel quite cooling really. Now, this foundation, I really didn't like this foundation that much. I've actually done a review on it, which I'll link in the description bar down below, so go and check that out. Please give it a like while you're there and leave me a comment. But yeah, I didn't actually really like this foundation, so it'll be interesting to see if like the primer actually makes any difference to my opinion on the foundation. Okay, so as far as I know, e.l.f. don't actually do any lip liners. Maybe if you know that they do, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but I definitely don't think I've seen any e.l.f. lip liners in the UK drugstore anyway. So yeah, for today's lip liner, I'm going to be using from another brand. So I'm going to be using the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner, but this is literally the only product that is not from e.l.f. So I just thought I'd add that in case anyone clocks on that it's not an e.l.f. pencil or that e.l.f. don't do pencils. And then obviously for gloss, I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt lip gloss, which is a lip plumping gloss apparently, and this is in Mint Sprinkle. So this smells literally of mint choc chip ice cream. That is such a nice smell. So I'm expecting it's going to be a little bit tingly if it's a lip plumping gloss, but we'll see. Okay, so it's very green with a hint of gold, which I quite like. And I can actually say I don't own anything like this in my lip gloss collection. Oh, I really like that. It smells gorgeous, and I don't know why, but I just expect it to be clear. Like, I've got the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk, which is just a very clear gloss, but this one has definitely got green to it. I know it's called Mint Sprinkle, but in the actual packaging, it kind of doesn't really look that green. It kind of just looks like it's going to go on like a clear gloss with a bit of sparkle in. But yeah, it's definitely a greeny gold gloss, which I love. Like, I know that Jeffree Star does lip glosses that have got like a hint of green in and stuff like that, but obviously for way more expensive. Okay, so this is tingling a little bit, but it's not uncomfortable or painful. But it is not tingling, but just like a cooling sensation. Okay, so I am so made up with that gloss. And for £3, can you believe it? It's so reflective as well. Like, look how shiny that gloss is. Yeah, really impressed with that gloss. So now it's time for the eyeshadow. Okay, so this gloss is definitely tingling, but it's not uncomfortable like I said before. It just feels like a nice cooling tingling sensation. I don't know if it's like actually doing anything to plump the lips, but let's hope so. So I'm going to be using all of the colours today, just so you can get a proper view of how the colours actually work together and if they're pigmented and if they blend. So I've decided I'm actually going to be doing a spotlight eye today. So I'm going to be going in with the darker shade first. Now, these eyeshadow quads don't actually have individual shade names. Obviously, it's just called Mint to Be. So yeah, I've picked up the darker shade on a flat brush. So if anyone wants to know, this is the Morphe Jeffree Star JS11 brush. And I'm just going to be placing this down onto the outer corner. This almost looks like more of a grey colour. I don't know, what do you think? It looks more grey than green, I think. But yeah, I'm going to be going on the inner corner and just packing this shadow down, and on the outer corner I'm packing this shadow down. And then I'm just going to be taking a clean brush now. So this is the Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease Brush, and I'm just going to be diffusing these edges just by gently tracing over the edges back and forth. So I'm leaving that gap in the middle just because this is obviously going to be a spotlight eye or a halo eye. So yeah, leaving that gap in the middle and really intensifying the colour on the inner and outer corner. Yeah, so this shade, it's a bit deceiving because it looks green in the pan, but then when you apply it to the actual eyelid, it's a bit more of a grey. But it's not a bad thing, I'm just saying. So the next brush I'm going in with is a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to be taking the second matte shade, so the lighter green shade, which really is a true like pastel mint shade, I would say. And I'm going to be using this just to blend out the edges of the first shade I put down. And this shade, I know it's a light shade, but it's really not that pigmented, really. So, don't know that I'm that impressed up to now with this palette. But obviously I'm going to give my final judgment when the look is complete. So yeah, I'm just using this to really blend out the edges, and I'm taking it sort of up to the brow bone, as you can see, so there's no harsh gap between the eyeshadow and the eyebrow. I'm just really blending this up to the brow bone, and then I'm just going to go back in and deepen up the inner and outer corner. And then I'm actually going to be using a little bit of that matte mint shade just to apply it to the centre of the eyelid. And then I'm going to be going in with another flat brush now. So now I'm going to be going in with the Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader. And I'm going to first be taking the really green shimmer shadow. And I'm just going to be applying this to the centre of the eyelid. Okay, so first impression is it's not very pigmented at all. So in that case, to make it a bit more pigmented, I'm just going to go and get a setting spray and see if that changes anything. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit of the MAC Fix Plus spray. Now, I know e.l.f. do actually have a spray, but I just don't have it at the moment. So I'm just going to be spraying the brush. Okay, it definitely does. Look how much difference that makes. Oh, that is a gorgeous colour now. Obviously everyone can see how much difference just adding a little bit of setting spray made to the intensity of this colour. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So I'm going to go back in now with the first shade, the darker shade, the greyish shade, and I'm just going to intensify the outer corners, as obviously when you're mixing colours they do start to like fade when you mix all of the colours on top. So I'm going to be taking another flat brush now. So this is the Morphe Jeffree Star JS10 brush. And I'm going to be trying the other shade, so the very, very icy shade. And I'm just going to be applying that on top of this shimmer. So that colour in the middle really does stand out, and it's really quite unique, I think, anyway. But to try and intensify it a bit more, I'm just going to be trying to take my fingertip now, and I've dipped it into this silvery icy shade, and I'm just going to see if that works better rather than a brush. And yeah, I do think it does work a lot better than a brush, and it's a lot quicker too, actually. And I'm so going for a Kim K Mario Met Gala vibe. Does anyone remember when he done that? I think was it a very nude spotlight, but then he took the silver shimmer right to the brow. I had never seen that before, and I thought it looked amazing. So yeah, that's the look we're going for today. So I'm just going to go back in with the green matte shade, not the darkest one, this one, the pastel-y shade, just to make sure that the edges of this colour are blended and it all looks seamless. So yeah, I'm going in with the e.l.f. eyeliner pen now, but this is not part of the Mint Melt collection, so I'll just be speeding this part up. So guys, this is the finished and completed look now that I've actually added the winged liner, I've added some eyelashes, I've added a little bit of waterline colour, I've topped up the gloss again, reapplied a little bit of the highlight, and this is how the skin is looking. So I'm obsessed with how the skin's looking. I really love how this looks turned out, and the eyeshadow, even though as I was talking through I was like some of the shades not really that pigmented, and obviously the green, what looks green in the pan, was actually a bit of a different tone. It's actually turned out perfectly, so no complaints from me with this eyeshadow. The price is amazing, the quality is really good as well, and yeah, I would definitely recommend this palette for £3 or £4. You know, you literally can't go wrong. And by the way, if anyone didn't know, e.l.f. is a vegan and a cruelty-free brand, which literally warms my heart, because obviously I do try and always buy from brands that don't test on animals and don't contain any animal products or whatever. So yeah, big thumbs up to e.l.f. just as a brand generally, but let's talk more specifically about the products I've reviewed today. So the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. Now, I actually really loved this. I loved how tacky it felt on the skin. I actually liked the smell, as I explained as I was talking through it, and I actually do like how the foundation looks. Now, as I said before, when I've reviewed this foundation in the past, I didn't really love it, but for some reason today, I do actually like it. I do actually think it looks really nice and is doing what I would expect from a foundation in terms of minimising pores, making the skin look flawless, even, you know, even skin tone. It hasn't gone on patchy anywhere. Other products have gone on perfectly on top, so maybe there's something to this primer working very well with other e.l.f. products, I'm not sure, but so far I would definitely recommend the primer. I really just love the smell. Although I actually don't think that this is much of a vanilla scent, I do think it's a minty scent, and like I said, it literally reminds me of like toothpaste, but I loved the feel of it. It was a really nice jelly texture and it was tacky straight away, so let's hope that this does make the makeup last a little bit longer. But so far in terms of performance with the foundation, literally perfect combo. Now the lip gloss, if you haven't already guessed as I was applying it, I am obsessed with this. It smells really nice and reminds me of a mint chocolate chip ice cream. The colour is quite unique. It's a lot more green than I expected it to be, and can I just add that it's so long lasting. Like, I've been filming this tutorial, I've reapplied it once, but it hasn't really worn off. It is quite sticky, and yeah, it does seem to last compared to some other drugstore products I've tried. So yeah, so far I'm impressed with this, and for £3 I'm literally going to go back and buy the other two. There's two more glosses, so I'm going to go back and purchase those as well, but this one is lovely. Obviously the eyeshadow quad. Now, I love these anyway from e.l.f. I think they're literally a genius idea. I love that obviously this is just one palette with 4 small eyeshadows in. Like, look, it's literally fits in the palm of your hand. But yeah, you do seem to be able to make looks from them, and like quite unique looks, really quite diverse. Like, these colours are quite unique, as I explained before, but even in the other palettes that they do with this product, I feel like the colours are just perfectly matched. And I love that you get mattes and shimmers even in just literally 4 pans of eyeshadow. You literally can do so many combinations, and I am obsessed with how this has turned out. I really love it. Like, it's like a little bit grey, it's a little bit icy, a little bit silvery, but then it's got that mint hint. So yeah, I am obsessed with all of these products today, and I really would genuinely recommend them. I just want to add that this collection is limited edition, so if you are thinking of purchasing it, then I would do it ASAP, because it's being so popular anyway and it's limited edition. So yeah, go out and purchase these, and I hope that if you do, you enjoy them as much as I have and you create some bomb looks with them. Anyway, that is my first impression and review now done. I hope that everyone enjoys. I hope that everyone learned something as well. And also, before I go now, thank you for hanging out with me to the very end. I really appreciate it. And since you did that, why don't you just go and like this video anyway if you haven't already, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more honest makeup reviews and very informative makeup tutorials. Then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you do so, I will surely see you in the next tutorial.